Welcome back, Dad. You're finally home.
I'm taking it back. Why?
Why?
Because I'm a damn good cop.
Above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
Non-fatal, that was post-mortem. Or he killed himself. And it was a fatal injury. But he didn't claw at it. So, I mean, non-fatal post-mortem?
Why do you say that?
I'm serious, I don't think this was this was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
Why weren't his hands tied? A big man like this, I would have tied his hands and marching him to the gallows.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
How'd it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success.
Good.
We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh,
Great.
yeah. Well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Maybe we'll have a drink later?
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you? You are proving a useful detective. The organization would miss you.
If you take one more drip of alcohol, you explode, detective. That's a movie I'd watch. You take a Harley Quinn, Commissioner Gordon, or you take like this character and like I planted a bomb in your stomach. If it detects an alcohol level above 0.01%, you die.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
What about a copy of the
For
autopsy?
processing.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Let's leave and I'll come back once I have higher perception skills. Give me a second. I need to increase my perceptions. Because my perception's just +1 right now. I thought I had something that gives me an increased perception. Do I have anything that minuses? That's authority. Well, that increases my perception. Yeah, I told you I got the froggy hat. Sadly, don't have the froggy goggles or the froggy mouth on the character model, which is a huge disappointment. Alright, let's just... Oh, I have 2 skill points. It was perception, right? Yes, perception. What is perception? Is that a... Here we are. Perception's useful.
The man is decomposed. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Didn't establish probable cause. Stop wasting time. You're smart. Oh, I lost time for wasting time.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs.
I gotta pull a Twin Peaks. I gotta look under his fingernails.
His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them. That's all.
Do you think we missed something?
Yeah, there's something we're not seeing.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body. if
Where
we
do we-
want to conduct another examination.
We
And
know
need
where
to do it
fridges
fast.
are. We'll put them in the bear fridge.
Hey, wasn't there a giant...
Yes! So that's what the ice bear...
Now, that's an overstatement. It's not actually four stirring cadavers.
I
or
called
at least
it!
I hope so. I think we should take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
How do I have to plug the fridge in again? What are we waiting on? Check the fridge of the commercial building using the... Okay, I have to check the fridge. Let's go. Come on, Kim. We're on time crunch. So glad I get to stuff a body in that fridge. I didn't know I wanted to do that, but I wanted to do that. Might have to plug it back in. If I remember right, it's unplugged.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it's more than big enough and cold enough. Honestly, it's perfect. All we have to do is plug the fridge back in.
A friendly cock. The paper still smells of vanilla.
Alright, let's go plug the bear back in, and then we'll put the body in the bear.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box.
Giant
A
red?
giant electric mammal awakens. The
Great. The owners of this building will just have to keep paying.
Yes, I'll have to keep paying for electricity while we put the dead body in the bear. Case just got interesting again.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
Will you help me with the body cam?
Of course. I'll take the head, you take the feet. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world.
The two of you, easily.
Alright, let's do this.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the basement, then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You've definitely earned a drink after this, perhaps even some pagan rites.
Yes, we need to celebrate by performing pagan rites. Let's bring out the meat and set it on
I
fire.
knew you would say that. I knew this would lead to drinking. No, no more. This is paganistic enough, and it does not leave this room.
I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge.
As impressive as the fridge is, this is a small victory, among numerous defeats. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection, under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm.
Oh,
of
I'm gonna try
ice
the
bear
perception.
fridge, the
Now I got a
corpse
bust. I got a
stands
boost because it's
slumped,
refrigerated.
waiting. Your arms
There
reach
we go.
out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh. First with your fingertips. It's right under the palm of your hand.
What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like
Hell
a rubber spider,
yeah.
your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
Squeeze nose.
You pick it between your fingers. The mess is even larger than your nose. Very porous somehow. Like it's about to pop. Keep crawling, lest you break it.
Crawl up
They
nostrils.
are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Get my fingers in his
Only
nose.
the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something. The thing you're looking for, it's not here either. Crawl out, spider.
Put fingers in mouth. I found
The oral
it. The
cavity
tongue.
is cold.
Pull it out.
A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop.
Play with it. This feels right.
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, fragile, even through the latex. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now.
Insert JoJo reference.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded.
I'm not sure where
with
the
teeth.
JoJo's at this. This feels
Looks
more
like he's
Twin
laughing.
Peaksy.
Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate.
Little, little,
You see
little,
a
little,
hole,
little. I
barely
see.
visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
Abrasion collar.
Touch it with your finger.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put my finger
index
in the
fits
hole.
Right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy.
It's just a
What
damn
entered
shame you
here
couldn't do
has
this.
torn
I don't want to
apart
do this
his
in front of
reptilian
Kuna. I want to do
complex.
this inside the bear.
This man will never sleep again. Never wake. Your
Push
yellow
deeper.
fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too.
I
The
just gotta keep
pyramid
saying, it's
extends deep
happening!
Into both
It's
hemispheres.
happening, see?
This is what he used to regulate his emotions with.
There's a cavity. Cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Push
Your
deeper.
fingers are all the way
They're
in
both like,
there,
what the
reaching
fuck is
toward the
happening?
Inside of his skull. The cavity goes
Good.
further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the
It-
rest of your hand to follow.
If their feet weren't glued to the backyard, I'd say, come on in, kids. Come learn a lesson.
All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him.
Wriggle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly.
Oh, this...
Strange fluid
is
streams
gross.
down your wrist.
I'm missing
as
my
you
date
push
with the
deeper
cute boy.
until you feel it on the tip of your finger.
I'm not gonna punch in.
Ice cold,
Not
serrated
you.
metal.
You can
Its
just
edges
fish it
cut
out.
right through the latex and into your finger.
Feel a solid
Can
object
you-
right under my skull.
Can you get to it?
Inspect the skull.
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head.
I didn't. I wiggled
Your
it nice and
finger
easy.
must be
Oh.
pointing straight at it. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Alright, 97% chance of success. Let's see if I fuck this up. Whew! I get nervous now that I've
Pick
seen
the
myself fail at
object between
80%.
your index and middle finger. It feels sharp.
Played too much
like
XCOM.
metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
I got it.
Good, good.
Because I failed that very high chance roll. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. Slowly pull my fingers
The
out.
inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist.
Oh,
Between your
it said
fingers,
bullet.
A small flower, a blossom made of lead.
A bullet.
As I said. Drop it in.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Keep it, Lieutenant. It's a gift.
No, no, you deserve it. We
Goodness
cannot
of the
be-
goodest cops. Apparently that was my 10th good cop deed. I really got Kim to trust me. No, you deserve it. We can log it later.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds about right.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Goddamn right.
And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion, non-fatal.
Post-mortem.
Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
It was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead. Dabba doop doop.
Dead.
Oh man, that was a good Kim line. Agreed.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too.
Secret task, find the bullet before
We were
you
right
get
not to
fooled.
assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them.
There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Maybe the bullet holds
Yes,
more answers.
We should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Think I need to wash myself.
You really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Why would they do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Why would anyone
To
do
hide
this?
something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
What happens
We
next?
bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Let's bag him, Kim. Take him away.
All right.
Great work, detective.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. May they rest in processing.
Yeah.
Oh well, in another lifetime.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands. I'll take the legs.
Oh, good. We took turns. Because he made me carry the legs over here. Sergeant Booker, Sergeant, take her away. Exactly. Alright, let me quick save it. That's a good spot to end it. We're just short of 3 hours. Let me go to coffee.